Just a short while ago, a Toronto landlord could post a listing and have a line of applicants by the next day. Today, many are facing a new reality: crickets. A one-bedroom condo downtown that was fetching record high rents is now listed for hundreds less. Active rental listings have surged, and for the first time in years, property owners are being forced to slash rents, offer 3 months of rent, and even throw in a gift card just to get a signature on the lease. We are going to unpack the major forces behind this sudden shift and reveal what it signals for the future of Toronto real estate. I'm a real estate broker right here in the GTHA market, and what we are seeing is a fundamental power shift that has caught many by surprise. For years, the story was the same: relentless rent hikes and desperate tenants, but the script has completely flipped. The market is being hit by a combination of historic supply and softening demand that is forcing landlords into a corner that they haven't been in over a decade. In this video, I am going to break this all down for you. First, we will look at the hard data showing just how much rents have fallen across the GTA. Then, we will explore the two massive forces causing this: a flood of new condos and a sudden drop in demand of newcomers. Finally, we will explore what this all means for everyone: for landlords who are in a panic mode, for renters who finally have a window of opportunity, and what this rental correction could be telling us about the entire real estate market heading into 2026. This isn't a short-term trend, it's a turning point. Toronto's rental market is officially in a state of shock. After years of hearing nothing but stories of bidding wars and soaring prices, the numbers are now telling a completely different story. And folks, it's not a small shift. For some, it feels like falling off a cliff. Let's start with the big picture. After a period of rapid growth, rents across the GTA have cooled. Some reports for mid-2025 showed that the average rents for the one-bedroom apartments have seen year-over-year declines in the range of 4 to 7%. In some pockets of downtown, an apartment that peaked in 2023 is now renting for several $100s less. This isn't just a Toronto thing. The ripple is being affected right across the entire region, with some suburban areas also seeing price drops as supply increases. For a landlord, a small seemingly price percentage drop can mean thousands of dollars and lost income over the whole year. But falling prices are only half the story. The other side of the coin is the explosion in the supply. The number of active condo rentals listings has skyrocketed. At the end of 2024, listing had surged dramatically compared to the previous years. And that trend has continued into 2025 with listings up significantly. This has created a level of choice for renters that has been unimaginable for years. Reflecting this, the vacancy rate for the newer rental buildings in the GTA rose to 3.5% in early 2025. It's the highest level in nearly 4 years. So what does this all mean? It means the dynamic has completely inverted. It's no longer a landlord holding all the cards. It's the tenants. We have gone from a market where you had to show up with your deposit in hand, ready to sign, to a market where landlords are actively competing for your attention. The question is no longer how high can I raise the rent, but how much do I have to drop it to avoid vacancy? And to understand why this is happening, we need to look at the forces that created these conditions. So how did we get here? How did we go from a landlord's paradise to a market defined by price cuts? It wasn't one single thing, but a powerful combination of two major forces hitting the market at the exact same time: a supply tsunami and a demand drought. First, let's talk about the supply shock. For years, Toronto has been a forest of construction cranes. In 2025, a record number of those condos are reaching completions, with projections showing over 31,000 new units. Many of these units were purchased by investors years ago, with a simple plan of renting them out. Now they are all hitting the rental market at the same time. It's not a trickle of new supply, it's a flood. This has created an unprecedented level of competition amongst landlords who are listing their brand new units at the same time and often at the same buildings. It's a race to the bottom now, and the pressure is immense. But this supply tsunami hitting at the worst possible moment, because just as inventory was exploding, the demand side of the equation began to weaken. A primary driver of Toronto's rental demand has been the non-permanent residents, like international students and temporary foreign workers. These newcomers overwhelmingly entered the rental market first, creating a constant, reliable stream of tenants. However, the federal government has shifted policy, introducing measures to decrease the number of temporary residents. Over the next few years, this includes a cap on international student permits. This policy change aimed at easing pressure on the housing effectively turned down the tap for a huge portion of rental demand, almost overnight. The very people who would have been renting these tens of thousands of new condos are simply not arriving in the numbers that they once were. And there's a third factor aggravating all of this: the weak resale market. With home sales down and prices soft, many condo owners who had planned to sell are now stuck. Finding a buyer is difficult, so what do? They become reluctant landlords, adding their units to an already oversaturated rental market and pouring even more fuel on the fire. You have a record number of new condos completing and a sudden drop in the number of new tenants coming into the country and existing owners who are forced to rent instead of sell. This is the perfect storm. If you're finding this breakdown valuable, do me a favor and hit that like button. It only takes 2 seconds, but it really helps the channel get the crucial information out for more people such as yourself. So what does this all mean for us? And what impact will it have? This market shift isn't just about numbers on a chart. It's creating a real-world consequences for landlords, renters, and anyone who has a stake in Toronto real estate. For landlords, the situation is becoming desperate. Many are officially in panic mode. Imagine you're an investor who bought a pre-construction condo 4 years ago. You're now facing a mortgage renewal at a much higher interest rate. Your property tax has also gone up, and condo fees are always rising. Your entire financial model was based on getting a certain amount of rent, but now the unit next door is listed for less, and the unit downstairs is offering 1 month free rent. You're trapped. Every month your unit sits empty. You're bleeding cash. This pressure is forcing landlords not only slash asking rents, but also offer aggressive incentives. We're seeing offers even to 1 month, 2 months of free rent, complimentary Wi-Fi, free parking, even hundreds of dollars in gift cards. Reports in mid-2025 indicate that nearly 2/3 of new rental buildings in the GTA were offering incentives. For many landlords, especially those who are over-leveraged, this isn't about profit anymore. It's about survival. Now, for renters, this is a moment you've been waiting for. After years of being at the mercy of the market, the power dynamics have shifted in your favor. This is a rare window of opportunity. The sheer volume of available units means you have a choice. You no longer have to settle for the first decent place you see. Finally, what does this signal for the future of the broader real estate market? A significant correction in the rental market is often a leading indicator for the real estate sales market. The logic is simple. If investor-owned properties aren't generating the cash flow needed to cover their high costs, these investors will eventually be forced to sell. But they will be selling in a weak market with falling prices, potentially triggering a new wave of panic selling that drives even prices further down. Some analysts have already pointed to a double-digit drop in condo prices from their peak. This rental correction is exposing the cracks in the foundation of the Toronto real estate market. The era of easy money and guaranteed appreciation appears to be over. So to wrap it all up, Toronto's rental market is undergoing a seismic shift. Prices are falling, driven by a massive supply shock from condo completions and a sudden demand drought caused by new policies affecting temporary residents. This has completely flipped the script. Landlords are now in a defensive position, forced to slash rents and offer incentives to avoid costly vacancies. For renters, this has created an unprecedented window of opportunity, giving them negotiating power and choices that they haven't had in over a decade. And most importantly, the rental downturn could be a warning shot for a broader correction in the Toronto sales market. As investor fundamentals crumble, the days of assuming Toronto's real estate only goes up are behind us. For the next 2 to 3 years, fundamentals will matter more than ever before. If you are a landlord trying to navigate this new reality, I am in the trenches every single day. Please give me a call at 416-845-9872 to book a confidential one-on-one. I will give you a clear, no-nonsense plan tailored to your situation. And if you want to stay ahead of this massive shift in the Toronto real estate market and get real data behind the headlines, make sure you hit the subscribe channel and hit that notification bell. Stay smart, stay informed, and we will help you navigate what's next. Until next time, see you soon.